It can be easy to romanticize the past, to have a sense of nostalgia, to think that the way forward is simply the way backward, to just repeat what we used to do way back then. And let's be honest, in the life of the church, that can be so easy to think, right? We can think back and, if only the Sunday school was like it was in the 1950s. If only our community was like it was back in the day. And, as the church is continually trying to figure out how do we be a church in the midst of a pandemic that just won't go away, it could be easy to say, if only we were like 2018 again. See, but God is always challenging us to step into the new things that God is doing, to not look at the past, not to dwell on the past, but to constantly move forward and step into the new life that God is inviting us to participate in. One of the challenging things that we hear in our reading today is God say to Israel, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. And that word dwell is the important one. To dwell means to live in. It means to reside. It means to rehearse again and again and again and again. And when we do that in our faith lives, when we live in and reside only in the past, we don't give ourselves the ability to recognize what God does in our midst here and now. And we don't give ourselves the ability to respond to that because we are constantly hoping that God will just do that again. But God calls us not to dwell on the past, but to cast our eyes forward, to look at what God is doing. God says, forget the former things, don't dwell on the past. Why? Because I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up all around you, and God says, do you not perceive it? We are able to recognize and respond to the new things that God does in our midst because God wants us to enter into it. God wants us to participate into it because God is always leading us into a place of new life or new healing or redemption. So what might it look like for you to lean into the new things that God is doing in your life? How might you recognize that activity of God that might stretch you a little bit, which might make you a little uncomfortable, but is the way for you to enter into a deeper reality of your life with God? If you want to explore this more, then I invite you to join us here at Holy Cross. This is what we're talking about today. Our service here in Calgary is at 10 o'clock, Holy Cross, Calgary, in the northwest of Calgary. We would love to see you there. If you're not in Calgary, if you're not able to make it out today, then we would definitely invite you to join us on our live stream. Just go onto YouTube and go to Holy Cross Calgary, and you will find us there. Again, the service is at 10 o'clock, and we hope that you'll join us. Wherever you are, God bless you, and may you experience the joy of the new things that God is doing in your life.